Yes, I salute you all. Thanks for listening and thanks for watching. Continue to follow, continue to like the videos. So basically today we are under criminal law 2. And basically since criminal law 2 kind of is composed of offenses basically. And the offense that we are going to internalize is the offense of murder basically. Murder is an offense, as in maybe as time comes we shall also look at ingredients, because murder is a bit technical to those that wish to practice criminal law out there. Murder is an offense. It is not what you know, but it is what it is. That's what the law says. So basically, before I internalize or I go any further, just know that all criminal offenses, mostly these murder offenses that I'm discussing, the onus is on the prosecution to prove beyond reasonable doubt. Proving beyond reasonable doubt is each ingredient, each element that I'm going to discuss, the prosecution must have proved it beyond doubt. Failure to prove any of it, someone can be acquitted or murder can be changed to manslaughter. Reason being that the prosecution has failed to prove beyond reasonable doubt. We all know the case of Wilson versus DPP. You are all well versed with it. So basically, nevertheless, without missing words, we go to the offense of murder. And basically, the offense of murder is provided under Section 171 of our revised laws. Basically, murder, it is an offense that has 4 elements or 4 ingredients. And basically, one of the ingredients that we are going to look at, actually, in this essence, look at murder is cause someone to die, killing someone. Don't think that there's something that is technical in it, but something that is technical is something that is inside. So we are going to look at death, you get. And basically what you have to know, or what you have to bear in mind, that death, for you to prove murder, there must be proof of death. Where there is failure, where there is no proof of death, which means there is no murder, you get. So the onus is on the prosecution to prove that there was death. And basically, however much I will go to Section 179, causing death, gives that element, gives that scope of the death, the element of death that they can prove. And there is a case of Chimweri versus R. This case of Chimweri versus R, the case, they say that for you to prove death, you can either bring a medical report or even a witness at the burial can prove that indeed we buried the deceased person. You get, that's the element that I can mitigate under death. And also a general rule, when you read Section 180, provides that unborn baby cannot what? A child that you cannot cause death to a fetus. Basically, that's the language that I can use. That is unborn baby. You get, you cannot cause death to a fetus or someone that is not what? Is not yet born. When you read the case of Anthony General reference case, it gives out that element that the other person, actually, he caused injuries to the pregnant woman and the fetus moved out. But however, they say that they couldn't charge him of causing death to the fetus because it was what? Unborn baby. You get, bear that in what? In mind. And also, similarly, still, I want to first analyze inside here, and similarly also see that for the death to happen, you get, now I'm looking at the element of causation. It comes under the element of causation, section 179. What do I mean by causation? Before even going further, causation means that you have inflicted something that has subsequently led to the death of that particular person. It may not be that you came to kill someone. You get. Let me, for example, I have a person on camera, Walter. So basically, if I come and if I come just to cane Walter, but however, the strokes that have struck Walter subsequently have led to his death. That is the element of causation, is that the canes that I made, that I inflicted to Walter, they are the ones that have led to his death. So basically, that is what? That is causation, basically. You get 179. And basically, the element there, the death must have happened before the elapse of 1 year and 1 day. You get, that's what they mean. 1 year and 1 day, following section 181. You get, the death must be within that time frame. Beyond that, that person is not liable. And if I inflicted injuries on Walter, but those injuries have led to the death of Walter after 1 year and 1 day, I'm not liable and I'm not answerable. That's what the law says. It is not by your emotions. Those things of going in the village and having border jerseys, wow, yamuse, no. Basically, this is what the law is portraying. That basically it must have occurred in the period of 1 year and 1 day. That is actually, there is a case of Ara versus Dawson. Ara versus Downson. Downson is D-Y-S-O-N. Ara versus Downson. Here, basically, court held that the death must occur within 1 year and 1 day. Basically, not that in mind. So similarly, also to move further, we go to another element. We have seen death. I've been discussing death. Then we go to unlawful act. The act done or the act that has led to death must be unlawful. Unlawful act is defined under, when you read section 170, clause 2. Basically, section 170 clause 2 defines what it means by unlawful act. And unlawful act, basically, I will not internalize the section, just use the English. We are all English scholars. Something that is unlawful, it is something that you know that actually it is illegal, it is not mandated. Me getting a knife and piercing or stabbing you, that act is unlawful. Me having a stone and hammer in your head, that act is unlawful. So basically here, we are looking at that unlawful act, whereby you have a duty to ensure maximum precaution as to the measures, maybe, but you fail to do. You decide to act negligently in a manner that is disgusting. So that is the unlawful act. And I will relate to the case of Marwa, son of Robbie versus R. That case we appeared to call in self-defense, but here we are bringing it to define what they mean by unlawful act. Unlawful act, basically, the case of Marwa, son of Robbie versus R. This one got hold of a spear and threw it, which stabbed the deceased, leading to his death. So this appellant was convicted of murder because the act was unlawful. The act, however much he was doing it in defense of his property, but the act was what? Unlawful. You get? So that is the second ingredient. The third ingredient, it is malicious forethought, provided under section 174. Malicious forethought in the literal English, it can mean as mens rea. You get? However much we shall internalize more so on this element, because it has sub-elements, the types of malicious forethought. But however, malicious forethought, it means that you intended, you had the intention. You get? When you read that section 174 verbatively, you will get the concept. You do something intentionally that leads to the death of a person, or you make a subsequent act which later, or which you foresee that it will lead to death of a what? Of a person. You get? That is the case of R versus Cunningham. R versus Cunningham portrays that, what they mean by malicious forethought. And in this essence, as I've portrayed that malicious forethought means the mens rea, you intended, you had the intention, you foresaw. You get? So, and the last ingredient in all offenses is the ingredient of participation. As I earlier told you that the prosecution has the onus to prove the elements. Failure to do, acquittal, or murder changes into manslaughter. So participation is key. Even if the prosecution proves the three, death, unlawful act, and malicious forethought, but they fail to prove participation, the accused person can be acquitted. He has no case to answer because he wasn't the one that participated. You get? So basically, participation is a key ingredient in offenses. basically you must prove that it is the accused person that committed the crime. You get? So bear that in what? In mind. The case of the participation. Participation basically it means that you are saying that the accused participated in the what? In the crime. You get? And basically here you can use the case of Chief Amunte. There is also Ara versus Maleke. It is also, those cases provide that element of participation. But also other cases that you have discussed in the previous ingredients, they also act in participation. Because when you internalize them, the accused persons were liable and they participated. You get? So that is a brief synopsis of murder, basically. So other than that, thank you for listening and thank you for watching.